Some of my mentees, the girls that seem to be very popular. I'm not sure why, but I have no idea why they're so popular.
Dan, before the break, you were talking about the next class action rolled up, and you started talking about the.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Class action that all the misinformation that's been given out about if it happens, then 30 or 40 or 50 or 60% of the construction in those areas that are going to disappear vis-a-vis global warming will be underwater, and there should have been some risks associated with it in the investment perspecti, and there hasn't been one, not one yet.
And now they could be sued easily.
Correct. I mean, it's going to be a turkey shoot. Everybody verstehen turkey shoot? Yep. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. I can't think of shooting fish in a barrel. I can't think of it. Now, after the YouTube, we're going to go through the fourth and fifth, or the second, third, and fourth episode with Roxroy. We've been talking about success leaves clues, and I made mention that 2/3 of Fortune 500 CEOs all have something in common. They're martial arts trained, and about 2/3 of those 2/3 have something else in common. They are military training. And so discipline, focus, etc. And that's on a worldwide basis. Now that military may not be serving in the military. It may be like going to military school like Trump did. But quite often it's them serving in the military or being in the reserves or something like that, maybe not active duty. And but the kids that have those positions, those high and lofty positions that many of the people aspire to, pretty much all have that that discipline. These next slides are from Mikey the Pizza Boy. He went to an event a couple of years ago where he met Steve Wozniak, or Woz, who that is, with his girlfriend on the left, and the young woman on the right is his girlfriend's sister, who's a professional athlete. She's a professional volleyball player, an Olympian, etc. And needless to say, there's a lot of good genes in that family. And his girlfriend rolled up Pilates studios, just like I teach you, no money, etc., etc. Who would have thought Pilates studios? I'm not sure what a Pilates studio really is, but I'm sure there's a lot of bolt-ons. And as you can read there, Steve Wozniak said Steve Jobs was a huge fan of Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged, and believed 1,000% in his mind he was part of the superior race of people who would end up controlling the world before he ever had a dime. Wozniak said he wanted people to like him, Wozniak. So he never took up the top positions. Look at the difference between them both, billions and hundreds of millions.
What is this Atlas Shrugged, please?
Atlas Shrugged is a book.
Okay.
Written about 50 years ago, more or less, 60 years ago. And it's by a woman, Ayn Rand, who's a famous writer. In fact, I think there's even been a movie about it. And where she contends in the book, and it shows Atlas pushing up the planet Earth over his head up the hill, and she contends that excuse me, that there's a superior race, just as Jobs, Wozniak says of Steve. Now, you've already read some comments by Gates, and you read here before we broke for lunch, and you read some comments by some of the other high-performance superstars that you all read about. And they don't think the same way the planet thinks. just as Andrew Carnegie didn't think the way anybody else did 160 years ago, more or less. And again, success leaves clues. So if most of the high performers, the super, super high performers that created most of the wealth on the planet, pretty much think one way. Not 100%, no. 75, 85%. What does that tell you? What does that say? And I'm not talking about the high performance people that are on here that were Attila the Hun and all those guys that I've studied. But what is that if they, you know, if three quarters of the super high performance people, and you don't have to be an alpha male, and you don't have to be, that's not what they're saying, because they're not alpha males. A lot of them aren't. But if they all think the same, I mean, doesn't anybody look beyond that? I mean, for the people that are buying these countless millions of books and podcasts and etc. on how to be a better person, how to have a better life, how to create money, it's not vogue to call it creating wealth, because creation of wealth is not politically correct. But if they're pretty much all the fucking same, now take that thought, hold it. High performance super athletes, Olympians, world record holders, Manchester United when it was on a roll, etc. The American football, American baseball, they all think pretty much alike. Hold that thought. Then we got all the fucking morons, the rest of the world, the rest of the planet, the also-rans. Hold that thought. What do the first two groups have in common other than focus, commitment, determination, and balls? Hold that thought. Maybe I should have a program called Hold That Thought. Anyway, now let's drift back to the also-ran dipshits. What do they have in common? Lack of focus, lack of commitment, no nuts. Hold that thought. Can Zen pay for your sick mother? Hold that thought. Apparently that's one of the best thoughts I've had in the last 25 years. Okay, according to Brian QLA Rose. Fiddler, you can't pay for your sick mom with Zen.
That's why I'm here.
What the fuck can you do with Zen? What can you do with Zen? Yeah, I agree with that, by the way. We have one of the, well, this is what you can do with Zen. Okay, kids, what do you want to pass on to your two children? What do you want to pass on to anybody? Or do you want to pass on? That's a better question, really. Do you want to pass on? Or do you just want to go to work Monday through Friday, come home, watch the telly, get fat, not exercise, and bitch about going to work on Monday? I'm not going to tell you to hold that thought, because God forbid somebody might hold that thought. Guys, it's pretty fucking obvious. Success leaves clues. I'm not telling you to be Hitler or, although he was a high-performance guy. I'm not telling you that. But the Olympians, the Jobs, the Gates, the Buffetts, etc., and latter day, Trump, have commitment, have focus, have determination, have passion. And it's still not a done deal, even if you have all those. The two guys that you know that I know, you can compare them yourself. there's really no comparison. Although they're both Austrian, right? Yep. I don't know which one speaks better German. I'm saying being sarcastic now, Marcus, I don't even know if you can read and write. I don't know. That's a stretch, but one's focused, committed, and one's not, in the example that I'm just going through. Guys, the ones that will succeed and do the best in this program over the next 12 months are the ones that exhibit focus, commitment, etc. You're all going to be better off than you were when you got here. 100%. That's a guarantee. But how much better off will depend on you. Will depend on you. And irrespective of what program you pick. You know, if you stay in property where monkeys, retards can make a lot of money, or you go and do something else, you're going to be better off because you're going to have tools that you never had before. You're going to be able to play the entire financial orchestra, like I said the first night. And even Fiddler on the Roof is a better man. I'm waiting for a lightning bolt to hit me. So I'm waiting for Allah to strike me dead here. Is a better man for going to the seminar before. And as is Dennis, who can pound his own drum tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, hold that thought, YouTube. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.